That process of capturing particles from one atom to the other is even found to be in the law of physics concerning the interaction of atoms. If you would enlarge the center of an atom to the size of the sun, the next particle would be where the other planets are, Moon, Earth, and so forth, in different distances. So this solar system is nothing but a cosmic atom of the body of an entity named by the Book of Light and by ancient science, Adam Kadmon. It has all possibilities of being in itself. Is there a separation of the individual from divinity? No. And that misunderstanding of the teaching led to a loss of occult truth, now reawakened in the Book of Light. We are all one, but individually different in evolution. What are the gods to us? Their destiny is ours. What is spirit? It is the summit, the seed or noumenon of any hierarchy in the universe. What is matter and substance? It is the expression of spirit radiating downwards, revealing the hierarchies. Spirit is something that has inherent, spontaneously arising energies. You can use them or not. So I am not that spirit? No. You are the monad, but in you, in your spirit, arise those desires and energies. Buddha overcame them. Om. So, spirit is the primal source of matter in motion. Are the Manasaputras our higher selves? Not at once. They are the growing in our higher selves. Therefore, they are not our higher selves. Solve the riddle. Where and when did the Manasaputras incarnate in mankind? Those Manasaputras, or Dhyanis, incarnated primarily in the third root race on earth. In this round, many millions of years ago, in the third root race on this planet. They saved us. From what? From eons of animality and unspeakable degradation, and from ages of wandering on a pain-stricken path. Keep the link unbroken. Follow the right-hand path. Avoid the left-hand path. What would be the left-hand path? Most of mankind follows it. Now, by wiles and guiles and immorality of many kinds. Where are the Manasaputras from? They derive from the hierarchy of compassion. They have compassion with us, and they gave us part, and sometimes all of them, as manas or mind. Mind is the savior. Mind can be directed downwards into immoral, satanic behavior, or upwards to the monad. Om to the Manasaputras. They derive from the light side of nature. Were it not because of them, we would still crawl like ape men, although we did not derive from apes. So the Manasaputras are our higher nature? Yes. They, as spiritual beings, quickened our egos. Are they more evolved than us? Of course. It is the teacher, mentally, who is more evolved than the student. How did the Manasaputras quicken from their consciousness ours? In the same way as you light with just one lighted candle many candles. Many people don't understand Anupapadaka Tattva, even students of the Book of Light, because they read one time through it and say, now I'm enlightened. Anupapadaka Tattva means parentless. But when it is parentless, how can it still have source or origin? Because it is itself the primal seed of individuality. And per se, we must always remember the basic teaching of the Book of Light. What religions say about their gods or God? When you ask those people who created your God, they say no one. It was always there. Now the Book of Light teaches that of everything. Everything is always there. No one created it, and it interacts. During that interaction or periodical awakening of the universe, there is an interaction being seen as, or can be experienced as, evolution and creation. So therefore, again, no need for creationists and evolutionists to fight, because both things happen. But first of all, happens a forthcoming, a periodical forthcoming of the universe, over and over and over and over again, driven by desire for manifestation. So, the Manasaputras quickened from their consciousness ours, in the same way as you can light with just one lighted candle many candles. This is how it happened. And this is how we will one day quicken the awareness, the consciousness of other beings inferior in evolution to us. Where did the primal seed of individuality spring into final manifestation? From infinity into final. In this particular hierarchy, to what can it be compared? To the entrance of manas into man. To what did it lead? To self-consciousness and individuality. A child gets it from its parents. No, no. We all mankind, received it from the Manasaputras. What is the plane below the second logos? It is the plane of the gods, of those who gave us mind. So they are the gods. Yes. And therefore, besides of the monad in us, we are gods. And the Book of Light teaches, be the monad. And say, I have body, emotion, mind, feeling, touch, tasting, smelling, and so forth. These are just abilities that I have, that I use. But I am not those per se. So I can't become their slave. And I decide in my activity, thinking, touching, smelling, everything, seeing, hearing, and creating what my next life will be. What is our destiny? Either nirvana or to become conscious co-workers with nature. And of course not avicii nirvana, And if the Book of Light can do any good, it would be those who read it, especially sorcerers and black magicians, to read it and be aware of that they should abandon the false behavior which will lead them lower than hell. In which way are we co-workers? We will slowly evolve, as already mentioned, into Manasaputras, of future Manvantaras. Manvantara, 311,040,000,000,000 years of existence between two Manus, two huge supermonadic entities, being, as a matter of fact, one per se. Manu Antara. Only if you study the Book of Light you will fully understand. Now, what were we in former Manvantaras? So, prior even to existence of Earth or Moon or the entire universe, we were monads in a still lower state of evolution, forming then the vehicles. Of whom? Of those who are still ahead of us. They now still work through us? Yes. Through our higher and our personal egos. Why? In order to inspire us to progress upwards. They are our inner gods. Yes, our very selves, but still different. What is the goal of evolution? To raise the personal into the impersonal, the mortal into the immortal, the beast into man, the man into a god, and higher. There is something higher than God? Than a God in manifestation, yes. It would be one who is detached from all planes of manifestation. The goal and destiny for each being is to bring the within without. Let us again look at evolution. It is the monad beginning its journey in material world by leaving the cosmic source of all, driven by desire. Into what direction? First step. Into or towards divinity. First step unaware, and final development returning fully aware of its divinity. When the divine leaves its source, it doesn't know anymore that it is divine. It must experience this divine in a constant struggle with matter until it dominates all material aspects. And this is the monad beginning its journey in material world by leaving the cosmic source of all, driven by desire into direction divinity. Now, what constitutes the process of evolution? It is developing from an unself-conscious God to a self-conscious God. This is why we are all gods in the making. And the more we are attracted to matter, we fall away from grace, from that monadic, spiritual, divine source and link. And when we do that too extreme, we may achieve on earth everything, but the monad drifts away, and we risk to be a soulless person. Now, we should develop from unself-conscious God to self-conscious God. And evolution is the unfolding of these potentialities and capacities of the divine seed. So the spiritual essence is the realm from which evolution starts. Dear evolutionists, don't fight with those who actually teach the same than you, just from another point of view.